Yay, we're here. We're live to the cloud. Okay, I'm going to start this off and then we'll lead to Alexis and then we'll lead back into the fun activity we have. So hello, hello, hello. This is our weekly hangout and team training. And this is the last one of January because we're in the last week of the month in January. Who is blown away that 2021, the first month, is already almost over? If you can't believe it and you're like, wow, this is going by fast, comment in the chat if it's like going by fast for you, and how is it for you? Is it going good? Is it going bad? How is it going? Like, are you enjoying 2021? Is it better than 2020? Alexis is in the vibe. Courtney's having fun. Amanda says it's good. It's good. Who else is having their 2021 vibes? I know there's a few more people. So is it good? Is it bad? How is 2021 going so far? Lawrence says it's awesome, finally. So yay. So I'm glad to hear that it's going so far. Our team is doing super good this month. We're already doing better. Well, like we already surpassed stuff from January a while ago. And I'm so proud of you guys for rocking these new flavor releases. How many of you guys have enjoyed doing these new flavor releases with like the wait list and having a little bit ahead of time and using like the tools and stuff that we have taught and learned this last month? How many of you guys feel like you really rocked this, what was it called? Dulce Agrio sale. If you feel like you rocked it, if you feel like you like got a lot, Alexis says yes. If you feel like you really rocked it, like this last new flavor that came out with the stuff we learned last week, let me know below. Only one person? Come on, we learned really good things last week. I feel like some more typing is coming. I'm just waiting for it. Okay, so yay. Well, if you don't feel like you rocked it, then you can watch next week. Oh, Courtney said yes. Everyone was so excited and pumped about before. Yeah. So hopefully you're rocking it. It's still available if you feel like you have some people to talk to. And if you want some information on how to build up waitlists, go watch the training from last week. Something that I'm going to say before I go to Alexis is really you want to be getting your people in Hello Better, because especially with some updates coming, the people that have their people in Hello Better, I promise you are going to be really rocking these new sales. So before I do the little activity of this, I'm going to bring it over to Alexis. Then we're going to do an activity, and then we'll have some other people train on some things.
I'm stuffing my face. I didn't know I was going first, but hey, what is up, everyone? Now I'm ready. That was really dramatic. So yeah. Okay, so I just wanted to start with introducing myself, even though I know y'all know me, but so I am Alexis Olson, and I'm obsessed with helping people realize that they can have more out of life. And I'm also obsessed with proving to myself every single day that I can have more out of my life as well. So I want to talk about that because I've been thinking about identity and how we identify ourselves. And so I'm reading this book all about habits, and this is where that inspiration is coming from. And so one of the examples in the book is Alcoholics Anonymous. So all of them, you know, if they go to a meeting and they're like, hi, my name's Alexis, I'm an alcoholic. So they do that to solidify and lock in with the identity of, I got a problem, I can't get away with just having a drink. And they say that every single time they open their mouth. So my question to you is, how are you identifying yourself? So one of the ways that I do that is I write down things like that every single day. So another example from the book is, I'm just going to read a little quote from the book. So changing your actions in order to form a new habit without also changing who you are being is like running into the wind. Yes, it's possible to put your head down, run as hard as you can, and gain some ground, but you are much more likely to give up and return to your old ways than if you run in the same direction as the wind. So really what this is saying is that how you perceive yourself is everything. So not just the action you take and what you say you're going to do, but really how you're identifying with this new person that you're stepping into. Because getting more out of life and having more and being a vessel to show other people that they can have more too, I believe, in my experience, takes changing that identity and re-identifying yourself with that, with what's possible, with the impossible, with whatever like big goals that you have. So not only is that critical not only is perception critical, it also has to do with human behavior. So like one thing that we have that's very ingrained in us is the need to be right. So the other thing the book was talking about and that I've been thinking about is excuses. And so for me, like I can 100% tell you all the excuses that I could have that would be very justified, right? Like for example, I'm a full-time student. I'm very busy teaching group fitness, designing classes, practicing group fitness. It's a whole freaking world and it can take a lot of time. But then there's also, but what I choose to feed, and that feels good, right? Because I would be right. Like those excuses are real. You know what I mean? Like most people wouldn't bat their eye at that. But what I choose to identify with instead of my excuses is that I can do this and I am going to do this. And I'm going to prioritize the activities that I need to, as well as who I'm stepping into being. Hey, Lawrence, I think you said hi a couple minutes ago, but what's up? So when it comes to how we perceive ourselves with this new identity, it doesn't just change how you show up and the action that you take, it changes how others perceive you. So I want you to think about, and Hillary will get into this activity, but I want you to think about tonight, how do you want other people to perceive you? Because I'll let you in on a little secret of something I've figured out about this game of life, is that you can literally design and make up you can decide how you want other people to perceive you. So I've decided that people are going to perceive me as relatable, as genuine, as helpful, as a resource, as a vessel for better, as a vessel for more. So I hope that kind of makes sense and gives you something to chew on and helps you just understand that it's not just about changing the habits. It's not just about tracking who you're talking about. It's really about your identity and claiming your new identity every day. And that will make the habits like second nature. Like habits, by definition, according to this book, are like knee-jerk reactions. You just do it, whether it's waking up earlier, or sometimes that's what it looks like for me realistically, if I don't want to let my excuses win. So Hillary already said this, but if y'all haven't, or regardless, we still have Dolce Agrio. Yeah. Doesn't really like roll off the tongue, but it's still on sale. So what I'm going to need y'all to do, what I'm committed to doing, is I'm going to reach out to people who might be ready to buy, who have been thinking about buying, or regardless, I'm just going to go ask people anyway, because part of this is being right. Part of proving that I can do this and I am doing this is that human behavior aspect of the need to be right. And so I'm going to prove to myself that I am right, that I can do this and I am doing this by reaching out to a few more people and letting them know about this sale. So I challenge you to do the same and have big energy and be excited about it. And just expect it to happen, expect to get no's and celebrate those too, and just ask anyway.
Yay, thanks so much. So before I get into the activity, I just want to give some little pin pointers if you choose to just go for it and contact a little bit of people about a new flavor. So in business, the reason we get new flavors, the reason we have sales, the reason all this is there It's not just because it's like, oh, we're wanting everyone the ketones. It's all the same ketones, except this is a higher version. It's to have a new conversation to be able to bring to somebody. So when we have a new flavor, it's a new reason to reach out to people. So if you're kind of sitting there and you haven't watched the one from last week and you're like, okay, I'm pumped up, I want to do what Alexa said and just get a couple people, or I can talk to a couple people. Here are some really good people you can talk to about this, and you can look at the scripts that we went over last week. 1, people that like Heart Tart. They're probably going to like this. 2, people who liked the Lemonada Dolce or the Paradulce. I don't know if I'm saying these right. People who liked the already Mexican ketones. There are already people that probably are going to like it. Your existing customers, you know, maybe they want to get it on a trial or a box because they're kind of curious. They're in Hello Better and you just haven't asked them. So we kind of went over this last week, just the power of the ask, because we don't want to just assume that people don't want to buy it. And a lot of times it's just that simple ask. So go watch that thing from last week to go really learn how to take advantage of this. But now we're going to do an activity for the rest of the year. So before we get into my thing, and yes, Amanda, that is, and we'll go over that in a second. Before we go over into the activity, I love this line. I am who I am, and I am who I am choosing to be. So I want you guys to think about this right now. It is, or maybe a magic wand, it's December 31st of 2021. So get a piece of paper out right now. It is December 31st of 2021. I better get out my thing too. First off, like, we're also going to do this activity assuming the world is better. Because, like, even if it's not, like, no one's going to be like, I want to be sitting home alone in quarantine. So we're pretending this is, like, pre-corona times. Okay, guys? So the question I want to ask you guys is, where are you? Who are you with? How are you celebrating your 2021? Okay, so we're going to get into some money. How much income has Pruver paid you this year? Are you driving your car at the end of the year? Or maybe, you know, you just have a really solid customer base. How many customers do you have? It's the end of the year. Do you have a team? So how many team members do you have? It's the end of the year. Next thing, it's the end of the year. So what experiences have you been able to participate in? And this can go from just like being healthy. So like, let's say this year you're drinking the ketones and you're going to get your best shape. What are you able to do now? It's December 31st. What have you done? And then what things have you been able to do that you weren't able to do before? So write all this down because we're going to have this before we get into the activity. And does anyone want to share? Does anyone want to share what their thing is? Like it's December 31st, because then we're going to do the activity to do it. So I clearly am not writing as I'm talking. So if anyone wants to volunteer, and I don't have to Bueller everybody, if you get that Ferris Bueller reference, you know, when he's like, Bueller, Bueller. Okay, if someone could share.
I'll go.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Alexis.
So, I mean, I don't have all the answers. I mean, I could spit them all off, but so Hillary and I already kind of talked about this a little bit about our next New Year's Eve vision. So I'm sharing it because I really wanted to, this is happening. So it's December 31st. We're in Manhattan or New York or some kind of city, and we're wearing actual clothes, like actual dressing up, nice dresses, some real heels, We're not sitting on the couch. Jennifer says she's in Vegas. Yeah, maybe we're in Vegas and we're at a really nice restaurant and we're with a lot of really cool people, maybe some of our friends, and we're just ringing in the new year feeling very abundant and maybe also bougie as well. So that's where I'm at. That's who I'm with. Income that Pruver has paid me this year, I have $100,000. So including trials, I'm gonna include trials in that, maybe. Yeah. And then I'm driving my Tesla, my blacked out Tesla with red interior, and I have 60 team members, and I don't know, maybe 500 customers. That sounds about right. So experiences that I've been able to have this year is just I'm going to start with things I wasn't able to have the year before. So I'm in community and I have a lot more women friends in real life that are like-minded, like whether they're other fitness trainers or just people who are really about these kinds of things, tapping into a bigger vision and, like goal-oriented people. And then, yeah, experience I've been able to have this year. I really like that one because it's like this 2020 felt kind of constricted in a way. So it seems hard to dig into that, but buy a house or at least be ready to buy a house, have the credit there, the down payment there, and just having options that I didn't have before.
Yay, thanks for sharing. Does anyone else want to share? Like one more person want me to share before we go into the activity? And if not, that's okay, but I would love it if someone would volunteer.
I don't mind sharing.
Okay, go.
Okay, so on New Year's Eve this year, Bill and I are going to be celebrating in our new house because I've manifested that and I'm working towards that to buy us a new house. And I'm in the healthiest shape of my life and getting ready for skin removal surgery by the end of the year. And I have 250 direct promoters on my team and thousands of customers. So that's my goal by the end of the year.
Yay. Okay. So obviously their goals are big, whether your goals are big or small, whatever. The first part is to know it and know what it is. So you know what you're running towards, what you're working towards. Because I think sometimes in this business, it's really easy to look like month to month. So you're like, oh, this month is this and this month is that, but you're building something that's growing. So how many of you guys have ever heard that phrase, like in network marketing, you get paid on what you do 90 days? Like, what's the phrase, Lawrence? I don't know. I forget it. You sound better with it. No, you know what it is.
It's the work that you did 90 days before.
Yeah, that's what you're getting paid on, right? Yes. Isn't that how it goes? So you're getting paid on what you did 90 days before. So what I thought we would do right now, because the month is kind of closing, is based on where we want to go, we're going to give an evaluation of these activities. So then in the future, we can kind of see how that money and how that abundance coming in. Because what you're seeing now is a reflection of 3 months ago. So we're not looking at like the results, we're measuring activity. So like when I give you this scale, one of the things, let's say it's doing posts. It's not if your posts are the best posts ever. It's like, are you doing the amount that you think this person that you're wanting to be is doing? Are you putting in the effort? So we're measuring effort. Does everyone understand that?
Kind of. What do we measure? Oh, like just how well
like how the actions, like we're measuring the action steps of what we're doing, not the actual results. So I don't want people, but some people be like, oh, I sold like 20 million things. It's just the results. And it's based on the results of what you want, because everybody wants different things. So like what I want isn't like the same. Like I'm not trying to buy a house at the end of this year. Like I already know I'm gonna live in a nice little condo slash I want it to be a condo. And then after that, I'm gonna rent like a middle-sized house. And then after that, I'll want to get like a really nice house. But I don't need like a big old house that Courtney's trying to buy. So, you know, my goals are not going to be the same with that and stuff. So based on what your goals are that you just wrote down, we're going to measure these action steps and we're going to grade ourselves because that's
like
the
A, B, C, D.
Yes. So this is how we're going to write it. So an A means like you're killing. An A is like you are like the master, like you got this on lock, like you're like you're rocking it, just like in school. It's like A, you're in the top, you're at the top of your game. A B is like you're doing pretty well, like you're doing it mostly consistently, you know, maybe sometimes you kind of little sort of slack. You know that there's a lot of areas for improvement in that area. C is like you're showing up. You're basically showing up, like maybe you're putting the motion in, but it's not that like intense and stuff. A D is kind of like it's like throwing like this water bottle and saying, I hope it hits like that point. And an F basically means you didn't try because you can only fail if you don't try or if you don't go for it. So failure is literally just with no effort. It's not that if you don't get the result. So the first one to grade, and I think this will be fun, so everyone can put this in the comments. And you can put them in the comments too if you feel comfortable. But if not, the first one is drinking your ketones. What is your grade on it? A is every day, twice a day. You're drinking your ketones. Okay. Yay. A. So if you're drinking everyone should be having an A. If you don't have an A on this, then maybe you should drink it every single day because this is the product we're promoting. So the next one is your health journey so far this month. So A is like you're eating well, everyone's life is different because everyone has different goals and stuff. So you're eating like the lifestyle which you want to live, you're drinking your water, you're getting exercise that you want to be getting, you like are doing the things or whatever. And stuff. And again, everyone has different things because Alexis just put a C, but she's like an A to me. So like you can't look at like everyone's life is different, you know. For me, I'm giving myself a B+. Like I don't know if y'all saw I put my January progress photos and hello better. Hello, I'm like so proud of myself. Come on. So everyone needs to put their own thing. And so this is also based on the person that you are like working to become and stuff. You know, so like, are you doing those things now for that person we talked about in like December? So your actions doing that. So I feel like for myself, I'm like in a B+ for the person that's coming into that thing. So the next thing is sharing your journey. So sharing and documenting that journey. So whatever your journey has been so far this year, are you sharing and documenting it? Like, you know, so there's some A's, there's a plus. Lawrence put a C. I don't know what everyone else is. Amanda put B+. Jennifer put a B. Based on that person, are you sharing and documenting your journey? I don't know if anyone else is going to put it. Okay, so the next thing, because we always talk about how, well, we don't. I took this from Ray Higdon because it's not like I made this up. We'll go to the first one, the next before this. Getting outside your comfort zone. So you are doing things that are scaring you. You're pushing yourself farther than you thought you would be going this month. You're pushing yourself. You're one-upping yourself and your comfort level with it. Getting outside your comfort zone. So yay, that's good. So a lot of things that we're going to get into is how Ray Higdon, if you follow those trainings, and we've talked about this before, there's prospecting, which is like talking to people, which we'll go over. And then there's marketing. And a big thing that we talk about with marketing is on Facebook, doing Facebook Lives and stuff. So if you are using Facebook as a platform to build, the next one is Facebook Lives. A is like you're consistent, you're getting them, you're rocking, you're winning that live challenge I threw out. You're doing it 3+ times a week. B, you know, you got it like 2 times a week. C, maybe once, you know, whatever. D, not really at all, if that's how you are building and stuff. So another way it could be with that, it could be if you're on TikTok. So I'm not on TikTok, so I'm not even grading myself. But if I was performing on TikTok, am I getting a TikTok out every single day? Because you know that's what that platform likes. Or B, you're kind of doing it sort of like a couple times a week. C, once in a while. D, you need improvements if TikTok's your jam. Same thing, whatever it is you're building on, that's how you need to grade yourself. So don't give yourself a grade if it's something you're not interested in and stuff. So we'll say the same thing of Instagram. So it's putting yourself out there on your own personal thing, whatever your thing is. So the next one is, hold on, I got it, is talking to new people. So you're having conversations with new people. You're putting more people in your pipeline consistently. So A, are you actually doing that every single day? You're having new conversations. You're talking to a new person. You're getting new people into your funnel. B, you know, maybe like 3 to 5 days a week, or not 5 days, 3 to 4 days a week. You're doing that. C, you're only hitting up the people who you've already talked to. D, you're post and praying. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, where you post and you're just hoping that someone reaches out. And D and F, you're just not really doing anything. So a lot of people didn't really answer on that one. So I'm thinking that might be one, even if you're not comfortable sharing it, that might be one to really like connect with your sponsor, or you can reach out to me or whatever and say, hey, I really need to, these are the ones I feel like I need to improve on. So the next one, because we're grading ourselves based on a thing, is getting people in front of the campfire video. Getting new people in front of the campfire video, and I'm preferably in Hello Better. So A, you know, like A, you just did that 25-person challenge that I just threw right out there. You're moving at that speed and you're going, yeah, Tina, you need to give yourself an A+. You've been doing that. Getting new people in front of that campfire video. A, you're getting new people in like daily whenever you're talking to them. So Amanda, so I totally get what you're saying, but the thing is, you can build your business however you want. I'm just going to address this like out in the open. You can do whatever you want out there. The thing is on Hello Better, the reason when you get, and I think people sometimes in their head are like, oh my God, it's this big thing. The reason is when you get it in, it just has other people verify for you. So it's not just a video, it's not just whatever, it's all this community and stuff. Yeah, and I get it. Not everyone wants to go into the group. So I think doing a video on YouTube, if they say, no, I don't want to be in a group, then it's perfect. Oh, hey, yeah, I can send you my link. But we're always going to advocate if people are using Facebook, getting it in the group, because that's like how I feel like Courtney probably has like some way to explain this. It's like by yourself, it kind of works. And if you get it in front of other people, it's like a double works. Can you explain that, Courtney? Because I feel like you just have such a good testimony.
Well, when I first started, I was very much against getting people into the group. I'm like, I have a group of, 600,000 people. What do I need to add them to another group for, right? But getting them in that group, getting them in the group where literally everyone or most everyone is on ketones or very, very interested in ketones. And it's getting like that extra verification of, instead of you just saying, hey, this is really awesome, here's my story, they are getting to actually see other people excited. I mean, it sells. It sells them. I can't count how many trials I've sent out to people, added them to Hello Better, and before they even got their trial kit from me, their samples, they're already buying the 10-day challenge because of something Hillary posted or someone else posted in Hello Better. Like, my business has tripled, I know, because of Hello Better. I mean, it's just, and I kick myself. I'm like, why did I wait so long to just do it? Why did I wait so long? But I mean, it's so easy. And like, when the new flavor launched, people were harassing me. They're like, I need to buy this. Everyone in Hello Better has been talking about this. Where do I get this from? How do I get it? How do I log in? So, I mean, you definitely want to utilize it. If you're not, you are losing business. You are losing money if you are not utilizing that group. So, and it's just getting better. Like, it is just growing and getting better, and we're putting more stuff in there, and it's just, people love it. And at least all my customers love it.
Yay, thanks for sharing that. And again, this is not something you have to do because everyone's independent. They can do it themselves, but we're always going to advocate it. If they're on Facebook, get them in there. I get, like, if they're on TikTok, they're sometimes on Instagram, people don't have it and it's just like, oh, whatever. But if they can, that should always be the thing to go to. So it was getting people in front of the Hello Better, how you do it. So next one is follow up. How are your follow-up things? So besides exposing them one time, how are you grading? So A is like, you have a day on your calendar that you are reconnecting with people. You watched that training Alexis did last week with the list, and you are connecting back to those people on a specific day every single week. B is like, I'll give myself a B. It's like, you follow up when you search the thing in the messenger, and it should be every week, but you honestly, it kind of ends up being like once every 10 days with like your big list. C is that, if they reach back out to you, you'll say something. If they reach back out to you, you'll say something. So to be honest, if you're giving yourself a C, you are leaving a lot of money on the table. You are leaving so much money on the table. Literally, if you're just waiting for the people to get back, this is the thing. A lot of people, think about how busy we are all the time. Other people are busy. They're going out and doing stuff. If you're not saying it, guess what? They just think it's not that big of a deal or it's not that important. So if you're not asking after you send that trial out or after you are getting the first ketone in their can, and there's not a like, how do you like this? How are you experiencing this? What's your favorite benefit that you're experiencing? All which are the scripts. You're going to be missing out on a ton of people because the people that are just automatically ready to go, it's still always smaller. So follow up, again, is really, really, really important. So giving yourself a grade on that based on where you want to be. And then the last one, which I have to give myself like a D on because I haven't been doing it at all this month, is sharing with people that we have an opportunity, sharing with people that, like, we have this thing to be a part of. A is like, you have some that you're putting out a post once a week. You're talking to people about it a lot. B is like, maybe a couple of times a month, you're getting them that presentation video that we did. C is kind of like whoever just reaches out to you. D is you're never even bringing it up at all. So to grow all of the things that we're doing, everything, if you want to be tracking the stuff that you're doing, and you want those things. So basically, based on where you want to go, I want everyone to look at the stuff that they're getting like A's at. So you're like, okay, I'm rocking at these stuff. Keep it up. Then the next question is asking yourself, do I want to improve those areas I gave myself C's and D's on? Do I want to improve? So is there anybody here that they're looking at an area and they're like, I want to improve it? You can comment in the thing. Okay, can someone be brave enough and share something that they want to improve on? Okay, follow up. Who else? Because if you say it, then you're going to be thinking about it and then you're going to actually do it. Alexis, tagging in the video. Okay. Anyone else? Bueller. For me, it's like mentioning the business. Jennifer, reaching out to more people. Tina, follow up. So the follow up, which is really good, everybody last week, Alexa showed us how to track our people who we're talking to. So who is going to be able to go and watch that video and start to implement that own tracking system for themselves so they can know who they're actually talking to? Yay, that's great, Amanda. Alexis, can you talk about how this week, when you were like really actually doing it, how many more people you now have on your list?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I often feel like, not always, but you know, sometimes I'm like sitting there, I'm like, oh, I should be working, and social media is the most distracting thing ever. And this is where we work. So I don't know about you, but I'm just like, you know, I know there's like a ton of people on here, but it's like, so what I really got from filling out these names of just leads, new Facebook friends that accepted my friend request from groups I was posting in and hanging out in, people on TikTok that started following me. When I had all their names in front of me, I just had this feeling of like that my pipeline was really full, that I wasn't afraid to ask them, especially because of how we got connected, even if the conversation had only been like, hey, thanks for accepting the friend request. So there's just a lot of new names on, obviously they're all new names, and I just feel so much more confident about hitting them up and just seeing if they're open. So and just imagining how much that's going to just keep compounding. And then like Hillary was saying, having that 1 hour in my week where I go back through and like see where I'm at in the process with them. Cause you know, maybe I only said, hey, what's up? And I haven't really started asking them about their goals or if they're open. So having that hour in the week to do that, I just feel like there's going to be a lot of momentum with this tracking thing.
Yay. So thanks. So basically now the thing is that we did this self-evaluation. Last week we had that thing where we learned how to track what we're doing. This should be this is like the strategy to that vision that you guys like were saying at the end of the year. Because really this whole business is share, connect, follow up, share, connect, follow up, share, connect, follow up. Isn't that freaking simple? So don't you think if you did more sharing, connecting, and follow-upping, sharing, connecting, and follow-upping, you'd be achieving that goal of December 31st, whatever you said you're going to be? Yay. Okay, cool. So, this week is the end of the month. So some people that I am going to say, because I know the last thing we did follow up and some people said they needed more stuff. So like example, Tina, because I'm just going to shout you out. You've been adding so many people to Hello Better. This week is the end of the month. And so it's a perfect opportunity to just follow up with people and say, hey, I just wanted to check in and see if you watched that video that I tagged you in. I really think you'd enjoy these ketones. Simple way to just follow up to see if they watched the video. The follow-up thing for if like someone has bought a trial or something is like, hey, just wanted to see how your trial was going. I wanted to know what your favorite benefit you're experiencing was so far. Hey, I'm so glad that you've been loving these ketones for a while. Did you know you could save 22% each month? A lot of people actually don't know that and stuff. So they're going to be really excited when you tell them and using the videos and stuff that we've done. So I feel like that is the training for January. Again, we still have that flavor. It's the end of the month. So I think everyone right now, look at where you are and decide, because end of the month is on Sunday. So we still have like a few good days. Maybe they'll drop a sale or not. I don't really know. Like I have no intel on that. I'm just guessing. But the last few days, I want everyone to set a goal for themselves. You don't have to share this here, but what's your activity goal? How many people are you going to connect with and follow up with? How many people are you going to help experience ketones now? At least by asking the question and stuff. Because the biggest way to know where you're going to go at the end of the year is to know that stuff, what you're sort of doing now. So Alexis says she's going to hit up all 94 on her lead list, taking them through the process. Well, that's good. That's going to keep you busy the next few days. So that's all I really did. Did you guys like this activity? Did it have some light bulbs of stuff like with your business? If you did, let me know below in the comments. No, I need to see it. I like the comments. Okay. Courtney's shaking her head at me. Yay. Okay. So does anyone else have anything they want to share or add? And you don't have to, anybody can talk. Does anyone have anything that they want to share or add?
I just want to say I really like that exercise of where we're going to be December 31st. Because it makes me excited. And I don't know. I know so much happened for me in 2020, and I just really believe that where we're at now can look completely different to where we end up. So I like getting our mindset just like marinating on the possibilities and then matching it up with if we're actually doing what we need to be doing right now, and it not being like, oh, you're not doing good enough, but being like, no, that like I can step into more and this is how I'm going to do it. So I really like that. I think it was good for my brain to think about the future in that way.
Yay. Anyone else?
Yeah, Hillary, I'll add something. I know you and I were talking last night about all this, and one of the things I realized is, or I thought about was, how would I rate myself as a promoter? Like, would I want other people on my team that are just like me, right? Like, think about that. Like, think about how you are as a promoter, the follow-up, and everything you do to build your business. Would you want someone exactly like you on your team? And think about that. Start doing those actions. Start taking those actions of the kind of promoter you want to attract, right? The kind of promoter you want on your team. Do those actions. Take those steps. Like, would you, and think about that. Like, I think about some of the things and I'm like, I kind of half-assed that. I don't know if I'd really want a promote. I want someone that wants to play big. I want to play big, and I know I need to start playing bigger. So last night, I posted something on my Facebook stories, and I kept like deleting it and taking myself, and like, I'm like, no. On the champ call, they said one of the things he said was play effing big. Like, that was what he said. And I was like, you know what? Okay, I'm just going to post it. And I did. And I was uncomfortable, but I did it anyways. And I'm like, those are the actions that I've got to take. I've got to be uncomfortable, take those actions. And that's also going to attract, other people to me in the business that also want to play big, right? So I don't know. I think this was a great exercise, but we should evaluate ourselves in all parts. I know I have a lot of things to work on. I'm still working on those, but we should start playing bigger and just don't be scared, right? So anyways, that's all.
Yay. Is Lawrence still here? I don't know. Because there's two. Or no, he said that, but he's just not on. Okay, well, does anyone else have anything they want to share or add? Like, maybe you had a win this week, you want to talk about it, you want us to all celebrate you. Did anyone do anything that they were like just uncomfortable and they feel like they really rocked at it? Does anyone have any questions? Like, you have a question, like maybe, you're in some conversations, you don't really know exactly what to say or whatever. Does anyone have any of that? Bueller. This is like free time. Don't be scared. And stuff. Okay, well, if no one else wants to talk, I'm giving you your chance. So you're gonna not have your chance if you don't say it out. Speak up now or forever hold your peace, just like they say when you get married. So speak up now. So if not, then I guess we'll close. So then really, I want everyone, this is the last week of the month. So before we leave, who is committed to playing big and playing full out this last week of the month? Comment below. Let's like blow this chat up. Who is committed to playing big and playing full out? You're going to go and you're going to reach out to people. You're going to make yourself uncomfortable. You're going to do the follow-ups and stuff. Like, who is committed to doing it the last week of the month? I need to see a lot of comments and stuff. Yay, Amanda says she's had more new customers this month than in a long time. So who is committed to playing big at the end of the month for that December 31st energy and stuff? Yay. Well, that's awesome. So let's crush the end of this month. Let's make it amazing. And I hope everyone has a really good night. And then, just keep on staying tuned into the pulse and into the chats and stuff, because we'll be giving scripts and things as stuff comes on. And so don't forget, there's still a few more days in the live challenge for this month. So if you're in that, you still want to make sure you're getting your lives in this week. And then next month, when we have a live challenge and a new congratulations to the people that won the ATM challenge for getting all those people in over the weekend. So congrats to y'all. And thank you guys so much for your time. And I will see y'all later. Have a great rest of your week. Bye.
Bye, y'all.